Hey guys, it's Arun from APB TV and this is the iPhone 3GS. And today I'm going to be reviewing this very old phone in 2017. Let's see how this guy's going to stack up. So as usual, I've split up this phone's capabilities into 4 separate categories: design, games, phone messaging and the web. So kicking it off with design, on the top of the phone we have a SIM eject tray right in the middle, a on-off switch and a headphone jack. Flipping the phone to the left hand side we have a lock switch as well as 2 volume buttons. On the bottom of the phone we have 2 speaker grills and a 30-pin dock connector. One of those speaker grills is actually a microphone and one is a speaker. And on the right hand side it's completely plain. On the front of this phone we have a 3.5-inch screen which is 320 by 480 with a pixel density of 163 ppi. So it's not exactly a high-res screen from anyone's books. It's not even HD in fact, but that actually works in this phone's favor. You see, it doesn't have to process so many pixels, so I can actually keep up with most apps and load up YouTube videos pretty quickly as well. This phone has a 5-hour battery life and runs iOS 6 as the maximum software. It's also powered by a Samsung ARM processor. This is a single core processor clocked in at 600 MHz. In Geekbench 3, this phone scored 152 in the single core score and 153 in the multi-core score. And that's complete proof that it's a single core phone. Something else to note is that it took a full 7 minutes to complete Geekbench 3, which is absolutely nuts considering a newer phone takes only like 10-15 seconds. It took 7 minutes to complete it. Now as far as the camera goes, this phone is got a 3 megapixel camera at the back and no front facing camera. The camera on the back is capable of 480p video and some pretty interesting types of photos. I'll give you some results right now. Moving on to games, this phone handles quite a few games. I downloaded Minecraft, Modern Combat 3 and Gangstar Rio. A lot of the newer games don't work on this phone, but these are some older titles that work perfectly well. Minecraft started off very juddery, it kind of smoothens out a little bit. Modern Combat 3 on the other hand worked straight from the get-go, there was no problems. The camera was in the way so I couldn't really play properly, but it was perfectly playable. Gangstar Rio was also playable, and I noticed that more of these bigger titles are very well optimized, especially the older ones, to play on this phone, which is quite nice to see. So moving on to phone messaging, I had no problems connecting this to the cellular data. It uses 3G, so it's not exactly super fast, but I was able to receive texts and receive calls from my other iPhone, no problems. So if you want this for a phone call device, no problems there. Finally, let's take a look at how this phone handles the web. I went onto the Apple website and it loaded reasonably quickly. I also went into YouTube and I loaded up my page, and I was pleasantly surprised that since this phone only has a 480p screen, it can only load videos in 480p, which means it loads them pretty quickly. YouTube is very playable on this phone, so no problems there. So finally, should you buy this phone in 2017? It's kind of an interesting thought to buy a 2009 phone in 2017. No, I don't think you should buy this phone as a daily driver in 2017. You probably end up pulling your own hair out trying to get it to load things in time. It'll probably be just quicker earning the money to buy a better phone, guys. But for a kid or something as their first phone, if you want to buy it for a youngster, definitely a good idea. It does all the basics, phone calls, messages, and it does a bit extra. You can watch some YouTube videos and download some of the older games. Anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next one.